Good evening. My name is Doris E. Jones, and I am a resident of Edgecombe County, and I am a champion for children. The recent proposal by the Health and Human Service Appropriation Committee is painfully a ploy to my subjective community that is already dealing with hardships due to unemployment and the state of this country and the economy of this country. My community consists of small businesses and self-reliant families. Programs such as Smart Start and More at 4 should not be the distributed to use in order to balance a budget. The short and long-term effects of this risk today will have a great impact on my already weakening community. The support from these programs such as Smart Start and More at 4 help prepare my community for school readiness and complete the articulation skills. I had a graduate of 2005 from an Edgecombe Community High School, and although she was the only one, I encountered many children and young adults that have a strong commitment for their education and their community. I implore to my representatives today not to even consider kicking the leg from under the breakfast table by reducing the 5% reimbursement for child care providers as a method for balancing the budget, To maintain such programs as Smart Start for the success of our community, our children, and the future of our children, I suggest a tax increase. But there are other alternatives as well. How about a reduction with the upper echelon, maybe combine office space, transportations that could be shared, eliminate unuseful spendings of luxuries, as a remedy of assistance to maintain such programs as Smart Start and More at 4. Thank you.
That we have signed up, and then anybody else who wants to speak will have plenty of time, I think. Latari Spines, Jason Rochelle, and Sandra and Arthur First. That's 4 speakers.
Hello. Hello, my name is Latara Spines, and this is my son Anajin. I am a concerned resident of Nash County and also a board member at the Downey's Partnership for Children. Because of Smart Start funding, I have been able to access services at the Downey's Partnership, such as parent support programs and playgroups for my son. I know these programs have had a direct impact on my son's early childhood development and that of other children. I am very disappointed to hear of the proposed cut of $25 million from the Smart Start budget. Families in our community have already been dealt a hard blow with job losses and loss of health coverage. Cutting the proposed amount or anything higher will make it difficult for families to recover in these trying times. Please do not balance the budget with drastic cuts to Smart Start or at the expense of our children's future. To punish our youngest citizens, including my son, is unwise. It will be difficult for the Downey's Partnership to launch every child as a learner by the end of 3rd grade without a Smart Start.
Good evening. I'm Jason Rochelle. I am an employee with Downey's Partnership for Children, and my primary job is as a parent for a 7-year-old. I just wanted to briefly say real quick, a lot of the things folks have already said about Smart Start and More at 4, I would echo those same sentiments. The only thing I would say and add to that is to have sort of a business analogy, and that is you've got 2 groups of employees. One group, you provide specialized training for several years, and another group, you provide no training at all. And then you ask each of those groups to go out and do a job. I would say for me, Smart Start and the programs that it provides those tools, that specialized training that our children need to be successful in school, which is one of their primary jobs, to be successful in school. And my main concern is most of those children without the supports of Smart Start will be asked to do the job without the tools. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Sandra Person. I am employed with Downey's Partnership for Children. I'm also a parent, and I speak on behalf of the parents that we serve through the Downey's Partnership for Children. Do not cut Smart Start. Please allow our families to continue to receive the services, maintain the services that we have now so that our families can be successful. I say to the legislators, let's look at other alternatives to help our families at least maintain the services that we have now. Thank you very much.
I think we have some other people who have come in afterwards who want to speak. I want to recognize Doris Stepp. We're back. Okay. In that order, you all can go. And
Good evening. I want to talk to all of you, especially send this message to our state legislators. Smart Start, More at 4 was started, why? Because years ago, they realized through research that the brain of a child develops quite a bit from 0 to 5 years old. They are able to learn quite a bit, almost 50% of all they will learn throughout their lives. That was a good investment that our state legislators made. We need to appreciate it and congratulate it. And then we need to tell them that you can't derail a good decision you made many years ago. In our communities in North Carolina and Edgecombe and Nash counties, this money has helped to make a difference and to keep our children on track and ready to go to school and ready to become successful students. We can't stop that now. This is not the time to turn around and to derail a good decision. We need, if the only way to move forward is with a tax increase, then that's the message we need to send. And that's the message our legislators need to make. We've got to continue to move forward. Now is not the time to turn around. We cannot write tickets to the bottom for our children. If a tax increase moves them forward, then a tax increase it needs to be. Amen.
while the next speaker's making her way up, it's starting to rain, so if anybody left their windows open, you may want to go shut them.
I'm Carol Rita, and I wanted to address the issue on the budget cuts concerning the judicial system. Our judicial system certainly has its faults, but by cutting these programs that include monitoring of criminal offenders and re-habitual programs, will dump these folks right back out onto our streets. The programs are in place to prevent them from falling back into lives of crime, and by taking these programs away, there is no hope of reaching some of these folks that we may be able to turn their lives around. Rocky Mount, as with other cities, is experiencing gang problems. The average gang member is 14 years old. The most violent child on the street is 15. The elimination of after-school programs will put these at-risk children in harm's way. Most people know that the times from 3 to 7 o'clock at night when children are unsupervised is when they get into most trouble. These most at-risk children will be left unsupervised without these after-school programs. The elimination of 2 youth detention centers that are now short of beds currently will put these children back on the streets. The youth that are reprimanded to these detention centers are repeat offenders that have either gone through court-mandated programs or they are just too violent to put through these programs and are put in the detention centers. They are put there as a last resort. The closing of these detention centers would put these juveniles again back into our communities to continue in a life of crime, gang, and drugs. I ask the legislation to please not cut these important programs.